Alright, good morning everybody. So today I don't really know where it's going to take us. We actually got kind of it's not an off day, but let's call it a shop day. Our one job, the small retreat cabin, we're waiting on final inspections before we can button it up, and we should have that job finished up first of the week. And then our basement job we're working on is actually being rented. And then a couple of our other smaller, bigger jobs, I guess, we can't really do because they're getting cabins are rented. It's Thursday, October 21st, I believe, today. But so we are going to be working in the office, or not the office, the shop today. So I'm just trying to declutterize some stuff. So I know I probably don't look like it, but we got about halfway down this wall done a month-ish, 2 months ago. I don't know, somewhere in there. And it's just kind of still snowballed effect since then. So I would like to get this whole area cleaned up. From here down has just been like this since we moved in here 3 years ago. We just kind of built this shelf, that shelf, which I can't believe that shelf's lasted as long as it did, and that one down there. We just kind of threw them together and threw the stuff up there. So really, this shelf here has got tires that are junk for the most part. I don't even know why I was keeping them. I believe they were just extras for the vehicles we had at the time in case we had a blowout and we could get one on. And then I would like to, I have a 30-foot box outside that came off my water truck. When we bought it, it was a box truck. We took the box off and set it outside for storage. And well, that's been overwhelmed or just overran, just throwing stuff in there. So that's what we're going to start on this morning, because at the end of the day, not today, but I would like to have all of this cleaned up. I got probably a half a dozen motors there. Half a dozen diesel motors, should I say. And then I got a 4-liter Jeep motor, because I have a Jeep Wrangler. I don't think we've ever seen it in any of the videos. Well, you might in the shed moving video. It's probably in the background because it sits at my dad's. And then I got an extra 4-liter motor. I got 2 extra 4-liter transmissions and quite a few 6-liter transmissions. Actually, matter of fact, I will throw this out there. I have, well, I'm trying to count the heads up there, or the upper heads, but I probably have at least 4 complete Ford 6.0 Power Stroke diesel motors. They're torn apart, and yeah, I'm looking to sell. There's no bad parts on them. Just some of them were gonna start to rebuild. Never got around to it. So, and I had quite a few 6-liters at the time. Now we're kind of migrating everything into the new 6.7 Power Stroke and the 4-liter, smaller 4-liter stuff, because I'm not into the big diesel stuff that I need anymore. But, so today we're going to work on getting the box cleaned out, which I will show you guys here after a bit. It's still pretty dark out and we don't have no power out there. The only power we have out there is for our air compressor. So, and another thing I think we're just going to work on this morning, get this cleaned up over here. Just chemicals and stuff that I bought and just kind of didn't put up like I should have. So we'll get this stuff cleaned up, and then the guys should be here any minute, and we'll get started on the box, and we'll catch up with you guys then. Alright, so we have officially started the box. It was a little too dark this morning to start filming because it's still pretty dark in there. So we'll set you guys up on time lapse while we get this thing cleaned out. Alright, well I spared you guys with all the boringness just a little bit, but we got this thing to where we can walk through it now. Let me tell you, I thought we were full in here, but we're not. All this stuff here needs to go in the garage. We'll talk about that later. But this is my collection of 6-liter stuff. All good heads. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of heads. And a whole bunch of stuff. So that's where we keep the air compressor. It's kind of just all storage in here. So we get these cabinets and stuff out. Hopefully we can get the side-by-sides in here, and then we'll park the zero turn in here. Probably at least be able to get one side-by-side and zero turn in here for the winter. But yeah, so we got this cleaned out. So now we'll be off to the next adventure. Zach's loading up some stuff. I had a whole bunch of flooring over there that I didn't realize I had, so we're going to take that for my house in town, which is his house, his apartment. And we're going to put that in the bathroom in there. Totally forgot I had that stuff. That's like, had that for like 5 or 6 years. So, and then we just, that pile over there is other overflow stuff that we're going to take to the garage that we have in town. And the asphalt patch, I don't know why we have it here. So we're going to get that stuff loaded up and on to the next project. As I was saying about those cabinets, we're going to put them up in here. But if you can see, that wall, and that wall is all plywooded. And that's just plywood we've had left over from jobs and stuff. Well, really, we did that one because that's kind of the welding station there. So we are going to plywood all of this in the next couple weeks. So that way we can, and then we'll hang the cabinets on that. So there's no sense in hanging it and then to take it right back off. So that's what we're going to do with those. So I believe as long as the weather's going to hold out, we're going to run and spray a roof real quick for mold. Or not mold, it's got moss growing on it, duh. So we're going to spray it, and then we just spray a chemical on it, and usually the rain will take care of it. We'll go back out in a couple weeks, check on it, see how it's doing, and then if it needs it, then we'll get the rest of it off with a garden hose. So that's what we're going to do here in just a few. Zach's got a half clean to go do, and we need to go spray a roof, so we're going to take a little break here. Well, not a break, but we're going to switch gears. So let's get this skid loaded up into the trailer so that way we can, not into the trailer, into my truck. That way we can go out and do this work. Alright, well, we got it loaded up. We got water in there for the appropriate gallons. So now we're gonna head there. Alright, well, we're back here at the shop. We did not get to spray. I looked at the forecast before we left. It was like 30% chance of rain. We got there, and let me tell you, it was getting real dark, and forecast said 80%. So I wasn't taking the chances of doing it because it needs at least 12 hours before it can any rain can hit it. So yeah, we'll just have to wait, I guess. So we're gonna open up the door here, get the 3025 out, and we're going to unload that out of the bed of the truck, move a couple skids around, and then we are going to get started in here on this cluster of disaster of stuff. So clean, clean, clean. Hopefully, at the end of all this, so I don't look like a total pack rat and save nothing but junk, I'm going to make a video one of these days of a garage tour. I know I had a couple people ask, so that's the plan eventually. So let's get this thing out and we'll get this stuff moved. Well, I didn't even have you guys rolling for that. I had you guys sitting on the forks and you guys fell. And then I ran right into my truck with the forks. Jeez. No damage to either, so that's a good thing. So they're going to get this put over here in its designed location. And then I think we're going to move that stuff. So at least get it put back where I usually have it set and set it in the middle of the yard. So let's get that done. we got all that stuff out there moved, and now we're going to work on this junk stash. It's not junk, it's treasures, but we need to get it moved. So let's get that done. Alright, I want to jump in here, and this stuff I am spreading on the floor is called Molasses Dust. There'll be a link in my description for it, but I mean, this stuff is drier than a popcorn fart, really. This area here that you'll be seeing right here is basically where all my oil jugs sit. My drain pans and stuff, and the floor always gets saturated, and if you can tell, just like a quick little swipe over it, it just absorbs all that oil into, it just absorbs it all up. This stuff just works absolutely amazing, and you don't have to use but just very, very, very little of it. I actually ran across this. My dad did quite a few years ago. He bought it for flea treatment for animals, and he put some on his garage floor, and we've just been using it ever since. This stuff is just immaculate, and when I say you don't use very much, all you've seen me use is probably 2 capfuls of just your average Rust-Oleum spray paint cap that you get. That's all I use. I think you can see, yeah, that's what it is right there. And that's more. I was actually overkill, but I get this stuff at Tractor Supply. It's kind of over in the food section. I can't really remember. It's been a couple years since I bought it, but it lasts forever, and I'm not even halfway through the bag, and we do a lot of wrenching, and we're always cleaning up messes. So it's just a little helpful trick. I'll put some links and stuff down in the description. Alright, so we got that shelf cleaned up other than the fifth wheel and the tires. We'll move those whenever we get around to plywood in this. And then we got this shelf all cleaned up in this area. So that's doing pretty good. And now Zach is working on changing the mirrors on the Explorer. Those 2 boxes. You know, completing projects that we've never started. Well, Zach started one day, but he forgot. Didn't know you had to modify them. I didn't let him know that.
Yeah, totally got it.
So that's what we're doing now. Alright, well, the Explorer didn't turn out as good as we wanted. I read a long time ago that you could drill a couple holes, make the newer style mirrors like that work. So, we are back on this now. Now we're jumping around a lot. But we kind of ran into a dilemma on the headlights. We couldn't figure out exactly what we are missing. So, the neighbor's got one of these down there, and we're going to go down and take a look at it. And we still need to put the bed liner in, hook the fueler neck up, a few other things. So that's what we're doing. Plus the rear glass needs changed. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. The slider, we have a parts ranger outside, so we're going to see if the slider can just be popped out or not. We're not for sure yet, so haven't really messed with any of those. So that's what we're doing now. Alright, well, we got the bed liner back in. Clayton's finishing putting the tailgate back together. We figured out the headlight or the light problem. And now we're trying to figure out the odometer, but it looks like there may have been a mouse in here at one point. So we're wondering if that might be the problem or if it's a light bulb. We're unsure yet, so
I don't see any wires.
we're gonna see what we can come up with. Alright, well, we went through the wiring harness. We cleaned the mouse nest out, and it don't appear that we have any broken or chewed on wires that we can see. There really ain't like a light bulb where the odometer reading goes. The whole gauge cluster works. So I have another 04 outside. We're going to put that gauge cluster in, plug it in, turn it on, see if the odometer works. Then we know if it's truck side or odometer side. Because when I bought this, it says that the title says it has 0 miles. So that's no, I don't think so. Unless this guy was a one owner. But I don't know. I can't remember what he told me. He did buy it. He said when he bought it, it was like that, and he just never worried about it. But my big thing of it is I do need to worry about it because this is a company vehicle. So I need to be able to log my, not really my mileage because I don't log mileage, but know it for oil changes and service and stuff. So, because we do all our own service, and yeah, it'd be a pain in the butt to just, yeah, once every 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, we got a roundabout time that usually about once a month we change everything, so I don't know. So, Zach's out there pulling it out of the other Ranger. We're going to plug it in, see if it works. If it does, then we'll figure something out.
He's acting like...
No, I haven't.
Are you sure? I'm afraid.
Probably, yeah. Mom. Dude. Mom. Dude, come on. Come on. Back this way. Go boy. Dude, come on. Come on, dude. Good boy. dude, come on. All right, so that is going to do it for today. We got the shop cleaned up, floor blown out, the 2 shelves over there. We figured the mirrors wouldn't work on the Explorer. We got the box cleaned out, and we got a good little bit done on the Ranger. So probably one of the upcoming videos will be finishing the Ranger completely up. We got we finally figured out the headlight issue, so that's a plus. We figured out all the electrical parts we needed to make the headlights work, because we just took the old ones off, threw them away. So we got that figured out, and we got the speedometer somewhat figured out. I called a company. It's gonna cost a couple $100, but they can pull the mileage and stuff off of it. So we ended up keeping the other speedometer in it. We put one in from one of my other parts trucks I have. It works, and luckily enough, it started and everything with a PAT system. I didn't think it would work, the passive anti-theft system. So that's buttoned back up. We'll send that off and get it rebuilt. So yeah, we got the bed liner in, tailgate put back together, fueler neck. It's pretty much buttoned up other than headlights, and we're going to attempt to do the rear glass. So that will make a good video. So yeah, we're going to catch up with you guys in another video tomorrow. We got a bunch of cabins to do, so we're going to get them done. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll catch you guys in 2 days when the next upload's up. Thank you.